Hey guys, we got some crazy news this week, especially possibly Lego X-Men returning with some cool Marvel sets. We also got a bunch of other crazy stuff, but we're gonna just hop straight into the news this week, which is we got a leak that Lego Wolverine is going to be getting a mech in 2022. This will be part of the $10 mech line, which I know we all love, but it has given us some pretty great minifigures. I know Wolverine was teased on some of the minifigure, the CMF designs. So hopefully this is kind of the return of X-Men as Disney gets ready to bring them back into the world.
Yeah, that sounds great. I know the $10 mech line is just such a good marketing deal. It's one of the last actually good Lego Marvel sort of sets that they're doing is those little mechs because honestly, they're like the better version of the Nexo mechs, and that was one of my favorite things on the line. So seeing them improve on that sort of style is always great.
Oh, I totally agree. And you're looking at these figs, and most of them have dual molding. They have new pieces. They're just great figs. So obviously, I'd love just like an X-Men set because Wolverine doesn't really have a mech. But I will take this. I'm pretty excited for it. Hopefully, in the future, we get more sets because the last X-Men set we got was the Mighty Micros from forever ago, which also had Wolverine. But that's about all for this news. Any specific X-Men set you'd love to see?
Ooh, X-Men sets. I was never a big X-Men guy myself. I never was able to get into it. But I feel like a lot of the stuff they did in the past could maybe be remade with some new building techniques of just like current day Lego or something like that, and they could probably make it better than it was before.
I totally agree. I think the like a UCS of like the actual house would be pretty cool, like a $200 school. I would be down for that. Even like outside of X-Men, it'd just be nice to get a real big building because we haven't got one of those in forever. That's not a modular, I guess. We also have a little bit more news about the Titanic. It'll be 135 centimeters long, 44 centimeters high, which means the scale will be 1 to 200, which is actually a pretty big set. There's not going to be any stickers. The flags are all going to be printed foil parts, not silk, which is interesting. And it is going to have a small little plaque. And we still don't know if it's going to actually break apart like we thought it would for the iceberg, but we are know there's going to be ways to open it up to show the inner workings of the ship, which should be pretty interesting. So I think that's what the crack we were seeing
Uh,
was, not to split apart into the sinking, but to see the inside of the ship. But I feel like it could have a dual use.
I think it probably will just be to split apart the ship. Because think about the last time a Lego set that you have bought has intentionally just like broken through the center of like a structurally otherwise sound area. Like, sure, there's like vehicles with trailers and stuff, but no vehicle just has like a crack like that, I'd say.
That's true. I'm really hoping it's still strong after all this. Like, if this is a flimsy model, that'll be really disappointing.
Yeah, we don't want another Chima set.
Which is like, this would be such a cool set to drop test. Like that is my number one thing with it. I want to see what happens when someone drops this set. Got to happen at some point. Maybe it'll be us. Maybe it'll be someone else. Are you hyped for this set? I'm kind of like unbiased towards it. Like it's cool, but I won't be getting it.
Yeah, I'm of the same opinion as that. Just not a lot for me, honestly.
Yeah, I agree. Some more sad news because the Titanic's a sad thing. Well, I mean, the set is cool, but yeah, okay. I digress. There is a bunch of Lego sets retiring this year, and we're gonna see if Dragon can guess the number of sets retiring this year, like within 10.
32.
32. Definitely bigger than 32.
What does it mean by like retiring sets?
Sets that will no longer be on the market from Lego stores. Like they won't make any more, and they won't like Lego itself. Like once they sell out, they're done.
I mean, that's basically like every single wave eventually gets discontinued. So that's like thousands of sets. Let's say there's over 40 active waves. There's about, I want to say, let's say 7 sets per wave. I'm going to throw it in at 280 sets being retired.
No way. Where did you pull that number from? It's 289.
I thought so. I just
Dragon, you got to be less
imagined
accurate.
price
People are going to think we're
ranges
staging
and
this. Oh my gosh, that was amazing.
hey, that's the magic
To
is,
avoid.
I don't know,
Oh my gosh,
math.
that was impressive. That was impressive. We're gonna avoid having someone guess all 289 sets, but some interesting ones that I picked out was the Barracuda Bays retiring, along with the Lego Star Wars art sets, the Ship in the Bottle, Stranger Things, which has been around for a while, and a lot of Mario and Batman sets from the wave from last year are retiring, which is decently quick, but I think it's about time. I think the weirdest retiring here though is the Lego Rise of Gru Minion sets for the movie that has not came out yet. Will be retiring this year before the movie comes out. So
Ah, yes, the
that's
marketing failure of Minions.
they like I don't know. I feel like these sets are selling well because I don't see them a lot, but that could mean they're not selling well. It's so weird to not be like, "Hey, we're not going to make any more right now." But like when the movie comes out, like they got to be selling these, right? It's not going to be like, "Oh yeah, you didn't buy the sets 2 years ago, so you can't have them." It's just so bizarre. Are they going to be making new sets? Who knows? But this is Lego being weird, spoiling stuff before the movie comes out, and then not having sets for the movie. It's just bizarre.
Legendary. There's Lego for you.
For real. That was, I think, the craziest ones I saw. The Minion Brickheadz themselves are also retiring, which Brickheadz is like something that you can just keep on shelves forever, I feel like. The first wave of Monkey Kids retiring, which those sets are old at this point, so that's not a surprise.
Yeah, those are
And
really
I
old
think
sets.
I couldn't believe those were still in production. Those came out forever ago. I mean, we're on like what, wave 4 now?
Uh, season 3, wave 4, yeah. Or actually, hold
Season
on.
3, wave 4. Yeah.
I would say wave 4, yeah. That's about correct because season 1 had 2 waves, season 2 had 1 wave, and then season 3 also has had 1 wave so far.
Yeah, so this stuff just came out forever ago. I cannot believe they're not retiring more, honestly. But yeah, that's so weird when you think about it. But I guess that is what it is. I think the Barracuda Bay is a really weird set to retire because that's one of those big sets that usually stays around for a while. I think my guess is that set will go up by a lot next year. Like I think it's a $300 set right now. I bet it's worth 500, 600 by the end of 2022. But don't take my word for it, you know. But I feel like that'll be worth a lot. The other one is the 1989 Batmobile is retiring, but that set also has been around for like 3-4 years now. So that's not a surprise. A little disappointing if you missed out on it, but it's not a big surprise. Oh, and of course, video will be retiring this year. Pretty much all of video. I know we mentioned that
Oh
last
no, what
time,
a
though.
surprise.
So disappointing, right? Video had such a large life.
You know a line isn't selling good when they discontinue both of the lines at the same time.
Yeah, that's got to be really bad.
Like I can
That's
understand
got to
like,
be
oh yeah,
really
you gotta
bad.
get rid of the old stock and get the new stuff more promoted. But imagine like all of it getting canceled at the same time. That's pretty bad.
That really is so weird. And then I mean that's all of it. I'm surprised they're retiring the Lego art sets. I figured those would just be around for like a decade, honestly, cuz like people are always going to want that and there's 4 different versions in one set or 3. So you could just keep buying them. But how do you feel about them retiring the art sets?
I don't know. I was never much of an art set guy. I mean, hey, on the topic of retiring, there was this one hub hobby that I was able to go to, and I could get like original Chima sets. Like they did not turn stock at all, and it was
Wow.
whack.
Did you get anything?
Like, Well, no, because there's like old Chima. They didn't have anything good. They had like all the old
Oh,
Chima
just
stuff that
old
didn't.
Chima. Okay,
But like
the stuff people don't
I
want.
could probably go there now and get a Chima set. I think they only have the fire line now, but
That's
you could
bizarre.
buy some there. Yeah, it was weird. I assume it's just they just don't get
Those are
stock.
so old.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess like they're not a big seller of Lego, so like to them they're probably like, oh, Lego animals, new Lego animals, old Lego animals. It's all Lego animals. What's the difference? We'll keep it on stocks.
When
Well,
when the grandmother comes to Hub Hobby to buy her child a Lego, does she care how recent it is? No, not really. We'll just throw them over there, and when they start leaving, we'll buy more.
exactly. This guy's dressed as a lion. This guy's dressed as a bat. This guy's got the American flag as a cape. They're all the same. Says Hobby Lobby, I guess. But that's interesting. It'd be cool if they had, like, cool old sets. But speaking of Chima, I recently started like re-putting back together the minifigures from those sets. When you take off the armor that covers the whole body, the printing on the minifigures was fantastic. Like I don't think I ever really
Oh yeah,
appreciated
the
that.
printing was so good on those figures, and for some reason they're just like, yes, we will put the most ridiculous. I mean, the armor was cool, but like you shouldn't have both because they invested a lot into the printing on the characters, and it's like, okay, and we're gonna cover everything with armor. And they didn't like make
I
minimal armor either. They were all like
It's so
really
big.
yeah, and they got bigger as the lines went on. Like we had the originals. I mean, given they did have transparent ones at one point, which was really lit.
The ice ones were
But then
cool. Yeah.
yeah, the ice ones were cool, but then the golden fire ones with just like
Covered the
the
whole
spectrum
front torso.
on the front covered the entire front. The only way they could have covered more is if they just had the front of the minifigure torso traced out and just a second plate on top of
For real. I think I've been rebuilding kind of the figures to try to make an army, see how many I got. And outside of the birds that need the armor for the wings, I've just not been putting it on because the figures are really cool looking. I don't know why. I used to love the armor, but now I'm looking at it and I'm like, it's not that cool. The printing is so much nicer.
it. You have to put the armor on the right person. Like
Yeah,
the
like the
gorilla.
capes and stuff.
Yeah. Hey, I
Yeah,
remember
and the gorilla
when I
bulks them up.
saw. Oh yeah, it bulks up gorillas. They look nice, and the man Chima for how bad it was set like structural wise, it broke some boundaries. Like I remember the first time like Chima was even mentioned was like the Lego magazine. It was like this like graphic preview, and it was like,
Oh
oh, coming
gosh, I remember
soon,
that.
and I was so hyped. And like the
Didn't even
molds
know how
that
to
they
pronounce
had
it.
for weapons and armors, yeah, Chima. It
Yeah,
was
that's what I kept calling it.
it should have been a good selling series. Like it had all the elements to be a good series, but then it failed so hard. It
The
just
builds look cool.
yeah, they look awesome. But that was what was focused on. Like they put so much time and effort creating like really cool and unique play features and getting it to look like an animal and like doing all this theming and stuff and doing the show that they didn't have any core structural strength, which is really sad because a lot of the Chima sets were pretty cool.
Yeah, I would almost be down for like a 10 set legacy Chima line. Just going over like the best builds and making structurally sound versions of them, giving us some updated
Yeah,
figures. I think that'd be pretty cool.
that would be
Especially like
epic.
imagine the heads with like the molding they're doing nowadays for stuff like video. Like that
Yo,
would be pretty cool.
dual molded heads with
Oh my
Chima would be
gosh.
so cool.
That would be so killer. If
Dual
only.
molded armor so that like the chi is actually in the armor or something like that.
Oh, that I would totally buy into. Okay, Chima Legacy. That's what we need for 2022. the one Lego line that we bash every single pod. We would like to come back. Please Lego,
Oh
do
no,
it
we
for
bashed
us.
video. Chima was kind of
That's
cool if
true.
for the fact that if you like inhaled near it, it would explode.
Yeah, I remember like I remember like I picked it up once and it just fell apart into my hands. I'm like, why am I doing this? This is the third time I built
And
this
then
set today.
Portal, as he mentioned, had a decent amount of Chima. You know where he kept them? He didn't keep them somewhere safe. He kept them on an upstairs balcony on the railing.
I built too was the best part. I wouldn't build on that floor. So every time I finished it, I'd have to bring it upstairs and that was horrible.
It's just I love Chima. Chima was awesome. Chima brings back my childhood. Chima was like pretty revolutionary if you think about it in terms of like overhead pieces. They had the first big fig with a removable head.
Oh
Just
my
like
gosh, right.
concepts and stuff, but also there was so much conceptual work that the practical aspect of it got overshadowed, and that seriously like uh screwed with the theme. And I also want to mention I thought of the exact like design for the Rhino vehicle, and then all of a sudden it was a set. And Lego's done that a couple times, and it freaks me out.
It is
Like I
uncanny.
was I was working on like a Lego like Nexo Knights mech inside of a mech, and then I come home and there's the news on Wave or season 3 of Nexo Knights. Lo and behold, heckin' mech inside of a mech, and I'm like, what is going on here?
Your FBI agent is paid off by Lego. Confirmed.
Oh, absolutely. I was talking about how I wanted to get a job at a certain place once I was old enough to go there. Guess who has an email about getting into that job field today, a day later? Like, it's a bit sketch.
They don't even try to hide it.
Yeah. And some people might say,
Yeah, they
oh, it's
really
just
don't.
like, you're looking into like, you were doing related searches. I didn't touch a single thing at Google on that. That was only conversation that I've ever talked about working there.
Well,
Yeah.
Facebook now
But
will know like who you hang around, and if someone you hang around searches something, they'll recommend it to you.
oh, jeez.
Yeah,
There's no
dead
such
serious.
thing as my privacy.
No, I'm just thinking. Imagine building Chima sets in California, where we get like earthquakes and stuff. You'd come home and
Chima
everything would
sets
be
don't
gone.
stay together on stable ground. And then you bring it to a land that's just like, shake. And then all of a sudden, oh, I have a collection of sad pieces.
Oh man. I was just looking because I was like, man, how expensive are Chima figures nowadays? Because like I feel like they made so many. I totally didn't realize there was Chima battle packs. Like they had like $15 sets, which is a bunch of crocodiles and stuff. Like where were those when I was buying Chima?
Really?
Those were the best value.
I thought the only time they had stuff like that was, oh no, you're right. It was like the tribal battle packs. Those
Yeah,
were
they had
lit.
like metal crocodiles and stuff. I was like, whoa, where were these? I don't remember these. I didn't get any of them, but
Yeah.
they're so cool.
I built for Chima were pretty cool because like the speeders were epic, and then they came out with
Oh,
like
I
the
forgot about the
claws and
speeders.
stuff on the speed. And then they had
The speeders were so fun.
the speeders were fun, and then they made like little extra packs for the speeders with like obstacles and stuff, and you could make an obstacle course with them. And then you had the tribal builds,
Right.
and then they had the bionicle builds and the legend beasts and stuff. There's just so many like little like sub themes of it that were just like there, and not a lot of people like to talk about this.
Because on paper, Chima looks like the best theme ever. And in reality, the only
Yeah,
thing people ever remember, us included for the most part until today, is they broke all the time. But they were like, there's a lot of good parts.
it's so unfortunate that that is Chima's legacy, is how fragile it was. But oftentimes, that's the legacy of a line. It's the thing that you remember the most about it. It's just the thing that was the most prominent in the sets. Like, sure, you remember the Chima was about animals. That's because that was what these sets were. You remember about like the Chi because that's like the whole thing. And then you remember that they just explode for no reason. Now, think about other sets. Like, I don't know, Ninjago. It's iconic because whenever you think Ninjago, you don't think ninjas. You think the ninjas. You think Lloyd, all of them. And it's this sort of iconic, but unfortunately, lines have that, or some lines have that thing where it's like, oh, geez, that was a terrible line.
Yeah, Chima Appreciation Day. We need a I don't
Team
know what we need to
Appreciation
do,
Day.
but we need to appreciate it more. Yeah. It had so many good elements. What's crazy to me is it was around for like 6 years and they never got better. If
Yeah,
anything, the sex got more fragile, honestly. Even the castle
yeah,
fell
they did.
apart.
The castle fell apart when you used its play feature too, which was
Oh,
just terrible.
right. Yeah, that was
Like
horrible.
it had the thing where it's like, oh, okay, when you do this, the jaw will go up and down, and then it would just break and go down
Yeah,
when you use
doesn't go
it.
back up. Remember trying
Okay,
to
no,
film stop motions with Chima?
I think we like used the broken down pieces
Yeah.
of the castle because it's like a
Halfway through, we're like,
legend.
forget this. It'll be a ruin. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Oh man.
after that massive tangent, what else do you got for us, Portal?
I got the Spider-Man Home Alone, not Spider-Man Home Alone. Oh my gosh, what's the kid who kills a bunch of robbers in his house? He doesn't kill them, but I mean they should be dead. They're dead to rights. Home Alone.
Kevin McCall doesn't kill them. Everyone should be dead.
Yeah, they should be dead. Home Alone, which I just found out the other day, is they used a real tarantula in that one scene and they didn't tell the actor. So like when it started moving, he like flipped out. Yeah. Uh, so that's a cool little Easter egg that may or may not be true. We got the sticker sheet leaked, which has got to be one of the weirdest leaks I've seen in a while. Nothing for this set has been leaked except from the sticker sheet, which shows that we will get the OK plumbing and heating vehicle. There'll be pizza boxes. There's a really cool Michael Jordan sticker, which is it's just really cool to see Michael Jordan in Lego form because we never get Lego sports. We have a lot of family portraits. We have a sock sticker for some reason. We have a bowl of mac and cheese, which is really cool. We got what looks to be a toothbrush. We got a clock. We got TVs. We got another clock. We got a keep out sign. We got a picture of a mansion. We got skull and bones, and we got some news report thing, along with a gift wrapping and a picture of that one like kid who he was like, ew, like remember that? Like it was the director's son dressed up as a girl or something like that.
What? What are you talking about?
Remember this in the first movie. It's okay. That was a weird way to explain the story. In this one movie, like they had like some picture of a girl that like all the kids made fun of, but the directors felt bad like actually making fun of a real person, so the director got his son to put on a wig and took a picture, and that was the picture that they all made fun of.
That is the most obscure movie reference ever. You want to know who that actor is? The director's son in a.
I love
Yeah,
obscure movie references.
no
They're
need
the
to say
best.
I'm cool. I already know.
But
Uh,
it feels like there's going to be a lot in this set.
yeah,
I
that's
mean,
cool.
just
That's a
looking at
big
all
sticker
this.
sheet. This is the future of Lego leaks. Sticker sheets.
Just sticker sheets. This is what we have to deal with now since Lego's been fighting down on leaks. We're just going to leak the sticker packs.
I love the
The
idea that like, who the heck had the authority over the stickers? That like it was easier for them to leak the stickers than the box.
this sticker guy wanted to do this one sticker and someone told him no, so he's like, "You know what? Forget these people. I'm going to leak the stickers." What are they going to do? Fire me? Who's going to make the stickers then? You know? I mean, seriously.
I like the idea that you think it's one guy who does all the stickers, and he's the only person qualified to do stickers for Lego.
Everyone knows there's one person in the whole world who has the training to do the stickers for Lego, and until he trains someone else, they legally can't fire him. That's how it works for sure. You can fact check that.
Like, you
I
know,
guarantee you.
unfortunately, the Lego guy who makes all the stickers has died. We don't know how to make more, so Lego stuff will no longer have stickers from now on.
There's
Uh,
only
we're
prints.
not going to
Yeah.
replace them with printed elements though, because we're Lego. Uh,
I think the coolest sticker here has got to be the. I really hope it's Michael Jordan. It's number 23. It's blurry, so I
oh
can't really
no,
tell, and it's in Lego
number 20
form.
is my phone.
Michael Jordan. It is Michael Jordan. Okay, whew, saved myself there. I think it's pretty cool. I don't think it means we'll get Lego Sports in the future, but if we did, that would be amazing. I would love to have that sticker. I don't know why. I just find it really cool. It's like a cool little reference. I love when we get pictures of Lego minifigures that we don't have, which is bizarre. But any more thoughts on this, Dragon?
Oh yeah, it's interesting that like the sticker sheet was leaked, but I'm hyped to see what the set looks like. I'll tell you that.
Both Star Wars accessory packs will include 4 minifigures, which is not a surprise, I feel like. They'll also include a mini build with a few accessories for the figures, which is pretty standard stuff. Each one will be $15, which means they're not going to be inflation for being licensed, which is really good news, and should be in the first half of 2022. And that is about all the leaks we have. I mean, I'm hyped for these, but we still have no idea who they're going to be.
I keep forgetting that we're this close to 2022. Like that's so weird that
It's
it's
so
like
bizarre.
3 months. It doesn't feel right at all. Like it was 2020 a week ago, basically, and now we're
It
almost to
feels like it was,
2022.
yeah.
Ugh.
It's so weird to think about. 2022 used to feel so far away, and it still does. It seems like the future. But I mean, it is the future, but only for a couple more months, which is really strange. I agree. It's like almost Thanksgiving, and then it's almost Hanukkah, and then it's almost Christmas, and then it's almost New Year's. Like very close. Those all happen very close together, which is
Oh, you're
bizarre.
right. It's also almost Halloween. I can't believe you skipped that one.
I'm so excited for Halloween. You know why? It's because I'm in
Well,
California, and this year stores actually put out Christmas stuff before they put out the Halloween stuff.
what?
I am
Oh
not even
no!
joking. Including the Lego store, by the way. No one is free of guilt here. I walk in October 1st, I'm like, oh yeah, time to look at the Halloween stuff, right? And there's Christmas stuff out. And guess what? There's not. No Halloween stuff. So I had to come back October 5th. I was
What
very
the
disappointed.
heck is?
Yeah. It so that's probably why I skipped Halloween, even though it's like one of my favorites of all these coming up. Who doesn't love
All
dressing up, scaring people, and stealing candy? That's just Halloween. It's amazing.
right. I don't know about the stealing candy part, but I guess yeah.
Look, here's my thing. Halloween is the best day to rob a bank. Or rob
Fair
anything,
point.
honestly. Halloween's because if you walk out and you got like a Michael's Meyer mask, people's not gonna be like, oh my gosh, what is that guy doing? I better call the cops. People are gonna be like, hey bro, nice costume. Oh wow, man, those dollar bills, those look legit. Where'd you get those? Amazon? Oh, nice. Oh, thanks. Here's a couple grand, you know? People will
Man,
just be
you
chill.
you really scored with your pillowcase this year. You got it looks so full. Man, you're so hardcore at Halloween. I've never seen anyone carry 2 duffel bags of all the candy they've trick or treated before. Aren't you
Whoa, man.
32? Why are you trick or treating?
Whoa, man, those sirens sound dope. They sound like the real thing. Simulating
Just a normal dude robbing a bank. Man, your costume is awesome. This is an actual gun. Please give me your money. Man, trick or treat. I guess is the trick. Seriously, just take me seriously, man.
You know what would be interesting? You know banks have that like bulletproof glass?
Yeah.
Okay, what if, and I'm not saying this is a good idea, but what if the glass wasn't bulletproof and like behind the glass was like a bouncy material?
Then you wouldn't be able to see through it.
Well, no, it's like behind the person. So like the person would have to duck. The teller would have to duck.
It's like, well, you might shoot the teller, but
You might shoot your eye out. It's like a
you
50-50
also
chance.
know. I don't
Do you
think.
think
I mean,
people do you think people would
bullets
be
really
less
go
likely to
on
rob a bank?
concrete. I don't think so. I think they would just aim better. Bullets do ricochet off concrete. They don't just go into the concrete. So,
They
like,
ricochet.
it, yeah, they do. If you shoot the ground, it's not going into the concrete. It's bouncing.
So
Especially the
here's what I'm
smaller
saying.
rounds.
Make it a lottery system. 1 out of 25 windows in a bank aren't bulletproof. They're bouncy. And it's like, I'm about to rob this bank. They're not giving me the cash. Do I risk it or do I just leave? 1 in
How do you
25
make
chance it's a
a bouncy
bouncy window.
though?
Well, it's like, it's not actually a bouncy window. It's the thing behind it is bouncy. So it goes through the window, the teller ducks, and then it hits the bouncy material and it ricochets.
I don't think the teller's quick enough to duck in time.
The teller would have to know, like, oh shoot, my window's the bouncy one. Let me duck before they pull the gun out.
I love the idea of the teller not knowing which one is the bouncy one, other than the fact the bouncy one is the only one to have the material behind the glass.
Yeah, they don't even try to hide it.
Like, ooh, which one is the bouncy one? It's the one with the giant black pad that has like a trampoline spring on it, Brad. Shut up.
I've had a lot of ideas in my life. I think this is the Shark Tank idea right here. Bouncy glass. I think this is what America needs this Halloween.
I guess whatever floats your goat.
No, but think about it. Like, we would know there's bouncy glass, right? So what we do is we just break the glass with like the side of the gun because we know it's bouncy, and then we can just rob banks during Halloween.
Portal.
And if we get caught, we say, "Oh, it was just a publicity stunt."
No, that's not how that works.
I mean, it seems like it would work. Does it not?
I mean, it does not. Also,
It doesn't. Okay.
Halloween. If any of you guys are like stuck on a Halloween idea, go as Portal Master.
Oh,
What's
pretty cool,
bro?
if someone
in the Discord.
If someone sends us a picture of them going as Portal Master, what will we do? We got to do something crazy.
We will like show it on the next stream or something.
Yes, we will show it on the next stream, and we will mention it in every pod for the next year, all of 2022.
Yep, we'll just straight up say your name and how cool you are that you made a Portal suit.
Yes, seriously.
But keep in mind, we're talking like good quality, not like top tier cosplayer, but also not just like a piece
not
of
like a purple shirt.
Yeah, not just like a purple shirt. We're talking the whole fit.
Although, if it's so bad it's funny, we will probably mention it.
I'm not going to go to so bad it's funny because I lost a costume contest in like cardboard knight armor that I spent like a month making, and I lost that contest to a guy named Jake who just had put like a piece of paper that said from State Farm. That was his entire costume, and that's what I lost. So I mean, I acknowledge the fact that that's good, but I'm kind of bitter. So I'm not. Portal can say if it's so bad it's funny. I'm not judging you by that. I'm judging by not skill but quality.
Here's the problem. We have an even number of people, so when me and Dragon disagree, it just becomes like a Supreme Court stalemate. And then like I'm bitter, so I cut it out, but then Dragon catches me cutting it out, so he like calls me out, but then I cut that out, and it just keeps going forever. We are way off the topic of Lego news, but
Portal, the last time I checked, the Supreme Court has an odd number of people, so they don't do stalemates like that.
That's so true. Don't they need a 2/3 majority though for some things?
For some things, but not for all.
No, I'm not thinking of the Supreme Court. I'm thinking of a jury. A jury. You need 100% agreement, and there's always that one guy who's like, "Bro, they're giving us free food. I don't have to work. I'm getting paid a little bit. I disagree with you guys, frankly. And you keep that going for a couple weeks. There's always that one guy.
Always.
I think. I've never been on a jury, but I'm sure there is. I'm sure there is. That one guy who's like, you know what? I saw the video of him robbing the bank, but he seemed like a really nice guy. And the free food here is really good.
Looked for the camera for 5 minutes without his mask on, holding up the gun.
Stated his name and address.
Yeah, he wrote his name and address in the money that he stole in front of the security camera, and then showed us his driver's license. But I'm not quite sure on the evidence on this one.
Yeah, I don't really know. Speaking of cool Halloween costumes real quick, our Discord's down below in the description. You guys should definitely check it out. We got some guy working on we got some people working on some super cool costumes that they've been sharing, and we also have some cool brick films that are being worked on right now. So you guys should definitely check that out. Also behind the scenes and be the first to know when me and Dragon are doing new stuff. And not to cut Dragon off,
which should
but
hopefully
just
be soon if school decides to calm down. We'll see.
exactly. I actually got some weird ideas coming for some weird videos I want to try out. So
The
stay tuned for
My
that.
only idea right now is currently just a terrible pun.
What is the pun? Or is it going to
Well, I
spoil it?
can't tell them. They have to see. It'll spoil it.
That's true. That's true. Here, say it. Tell me, and I'll bleep it out, and everyone will be like, "Oh, what did he say?"
Okay, so there's two horses on a racetrack, and
Let me
one horse
remember to
is like
bleep
a
this out.
bump on its belly, right? And then
Okay.
like the horse with the bump is like going faster and like twice as fast. And the horse turns to the other one. It's like, why are you so fast? And the horse goes, I'm pregnant, so I have 2 horsepower instead of one. And that's the entire joke.
That would be a great stop motion. I would watch that 100%. I'm just gonna bleep out the punchline. Nah. That was great. Future stop motion coming soon. We also have one that we're working on that we just need to finish editing. Just the audio. So
I don't really need to do the audio. You still need to send that over to me so we can get it down. Because that's a
is that what we're
sick
waiting
stop.
for? Me to send it to you?
Maybe because I can't do the audio unless I have it.
No, you're right. I think I had a dream where I sent it to you, and I thought that was real. But I don't think I
Oh
actually did
no,
send it to you because we never talked about it. So
no, we
yeah,
didn't. Don't worry, I have those.
I mean it's been 40 minutes. Anything you got?
I mean, I guess we made up for lack of like leaks with the fact that we talked about Chima for 20 minutes.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on there, but that was amazing. Also, we talked about how to rob a bank, which I think took up most
Yeah,
of the episode. So if you don't like
yeah. What
Chima
the heck was?
and you're against robbing banks, I'm so sorry. This episode probably wasn't for you.
Yeah, I'm so sorry that we waited till the outro to tell you that this episode wouldn't be for you.
I'll put it back
All
in
I
the
will
front
say
now.
is, I mean, if you've watched the Portal pod for a while, you understand that you don't come here for actual like important news. Because if we did that, we would do it every month, not every week. You come here to drag and make strangely good guesses, and then just both of us go off on random tangents for half the content.
Exactly. And then every once in a while, there's like an hour and a half podcast because there's so much news.
Yeah, because news is not consistent.
Yeah. We also like to burn through the news. Like we had that whole list of 289 we burned through pretty quick so we could talk about Chima for half an hour. So